Ever wondered if Finn the human, the shining hero of Ooh, could actually face charges for his actions? You might be thinking, Finn, crime? Really?
What I want is to help anyone in need, so everyone is happy.
Oh boy, buckle up, because Finn's heroic adventures aren't as innocent as they seem. Starting with the time Finn threw everyone's safety away for some spicy and icy dreams. Yes, you heard that right. In the episode Frost and Fire, we see Finn having these weird and cryptic dreams after every clash between FP and Ice King.
Oh, so good! Huh?
Even a 5-year-old could tell he kinda liked that. And Finn being Finn decides to go to lean all in. He cooks up a plan to reignite their battles. Literally, just to keep those dreams a-rolling. Finn, you really gotta sort out your priorities. And you don't need some random YouTuber telling you that.
Hey, look, there's that big jerk you hate so much, remember?
Oh, hey, kids. Fine day for a picnic.
Did you hear that? I think he's like making fun of you.
What?
It's in the tone of his voice.
Ice King, man, fix that tone of yours. Or are you just asking for round 2? Well, that's exactly what happens, and in the end, Ice King gets the last laugh.
And I'm about to win. I didn't even get to test out my new fireproof Grundies.
Have to say, Ice King was fully prepared though. But for Finn, mission accomplished, right? Now it's time for another sweet dream.
What's cooking? Smells good. Huh? What? Oh, no!
Yeah, no. That's not a sweet dream from any angle. So what does Finn do next? He spills all the beans to Jake, casually dropping the cosmic owl into the conversation. And Jake, he absolutely loves it.
It was the cosmic owl.
You didn't tell me the cosmic owl was there! Dude, that means it was a prophetic dream. You have to finish the original dream. You have to get Flame Princess and Ice King to fight again so you can see the end of the dream.
So Finn wrote some fake letters to push Flame Princess and Ice King into yet another brawl. Now the preparations are ready for the third and final clash.
On my bed. Oh!
Finn just sets the stage for disaster. Firestorms rage, ice explodes, and the Ice Kingdom becomes a flaming, frozen war zone.
Maybe went too far with this jazz.
You sure did, man. Even Cosmic Owl knows what he did. When Flame Princess finds out this was all Finn's doing, she's devastated, to say the least.
I'm the one who's sorry. Ice King hasn't been picking fights with you. It's been me all along.
You wrote that letter?
Yes, I had this dream, and it was because of that fight you had. So I had to get you to beat up Ice King.
Shh. I should have known. I thought you were the one person I could... I need some time alone.
Finn, buddy, next time just stick to actual dates instead of chasing prophetic dreams. Just a thought. Now, setting the drama aside for a second, Finn's actions weren't just emotionally reckless, they were also legally reckless. By reigniting the fight, Finn could easily face reckless endangerment charges. He didn't just ignore the risks, he actively fueled the conflict, putting both Flame Princess and Ice King in danger. Not to mention all the innocent bystanders caught in the flaming frozen crossfire. The maximum sentence for reckless endangerment, you ask, is 1 year in jail. Enough time for Finn to sit, reflect, and maybe, just maybe, finally learn that not every dream is worth chasing. Hey, even heroes like Finn can't escape morally gray moments. Remember the episode City of Thieves? Finn and Jake stumble upon Penny, who's in tears after her precious flowers are stolen.
I'll get Penny's flowers back and come out of that city as pure as the driven snow.
After all, who can say no to a damsel in distress, right? But at every turn, the city lives up to its name.
Hey!
There is no way they're getting that basket back. Eventually, Penny gives them a glimmer of hope, revealing there might be a way to recover the basket.
I have an idea. There's a king of thieves who lives in the center of the city. Everything that gets stolen from little girls ends up at his tower. Maybe we'd find my basket in his treasure chest.
By the time they reach the castle, Finn's the only one eligible to enter because Jake fell victim to the city's curse and stole some red boots. And Penny, well, she's just too scared to go in for some reason. So Finn heads in alone, where he finds the skeleton of the King of Thieves with a chest attached to it. He brings back that chest and hands it over to Penny, thinking this chest might have her stolen flower basket thing. But here's the kicker, it was all a trick.
Easy, kid.
What? Is your basket under all that gold?
I set you up to steal this chest of gold. I'm a thief.
But you're just a cute little girl.
Realizing the truth and now technically branded as a thief, Finn embraced the darkness of the city completely. Along the way, he ends up stealing from the citizens of the city, proving just how contagious this curse can be. Later, Finn uses these items to purify Penny, but here's the thing. A crime is still a crime, even if done with good intentions, unfortunately. Now let's talk about consequences. When it comes to the law, stealing something worth over $300 can bump your crime up to grand theft, and let's be honest, those swords, crossbows, and yes, even that soap Finn swiped, yeah, that definitely crosses the $300 mark. So what's Finn looking at? Grand theft can lead to some pretty hefty consequences, up to 5 years in prison for stealing property of that type of value. Speaking of doing things they shouldn't, let's talk about the time Finn and Jake decided to ignore a clear no entry sign in the episode Marceline's Closet. Marceline gives one crystal clear instruction: stay out of my house.
Hey guys, I had to run out, but I'll be back. Don't go in my house. Just don't go in my house in all caps. Written in blood.
Couldn't get any clearer, right? Simple instruction, no room for loopholes, but do they listen? No! They instead decide to play a game called Cloud Hunt, just hide and seek, but post-apocalyptic. Inevitably, their hunt leads them straight into Marceline's house. What else would you expect from Finn and Jake? They've got no respect for boundaries, especially when there's an opportunity for mischief. And what do they do when they realize they might get caught? They hide in Marceline's closet. Classic move, guys, but wait, it gets worse.
Let's get out of here.
Hello? Is someone here?
While hiding, Finn takes things a step further and commits another crime in the same episode. Look at that big old smile on our little criminal. Finn didn't just trespass into Marceline's personal space, he also took an unwelcome peek at her in a rather compromising position. Yeah, that wasn't just a misstep, it's straight up voyeurism. So let's break it down. If this were the real world, Finn would be staring down some serious charges. 1 year in jail for trespassing and an additional 1 year for voyeurism. Altogether, 2 years in jail. All for a game of hide and seek gone way, way wrong. Maybe stick to the open fields next time, buddy. Remember the Jiggler episode? How their sweet attempt at caregiving spiraled straight into kidnapping? It all starts innocently enough. Finn and Jake save Stanley and its family again.
All right, Stanley, you and your family are safe. Again.
For a watermelon, you get into trouble way more often than you should.
Has it ever been answered how many times they've saved Stanley? Like, I actually don't know. I don't think so. I'm curious though. Anyway, putting curiosity aside, after singing a sick song and saving Stanley, they come across an adorable little jiggler waddling through the land of ooh.
Sing some more of it, dude.
All right, baby. You looking so good. Want some baby food?
Keep it going, man.
Dude, this guy is a pal for life.
Naturally, instead of leaving it be, what do?
Let's take the jiggler back to the house. Stick him by our bed so we can wake up next to a little dancing guy.
And just like that, they kidnap this little fellow. But there's more to it. At first, everything seemed fine. The jiggler is vibing, Finn and Jake are jamming.
Haha, this is cool.
Just all fun and games. But this little guy isn't just a cute, giggling blob. It's literally a baby that belongs to someone else. Soon it starts feeling ill-ish, and chaos erupts in true Adventure Time fashion.
What the heck? What's wrong with him?
We just gotta plug up his holes. See? Whoa!
Oh, man.
Quick!
All I can find is your Glass Eye collection.
What about your eye patch collection?
Coming. Mama. Ugh, you look terrible.
Jake's right, you can clearly see the jiggler is not exactly in tip-top shape. Not only did Finn and Jake kidnap the little guy, but their complete lack of care and foresight almost sent him to an early grave.
Jiggler!
Oh, what? Finn?
Talk about bad parenting. for a kidnapped baby. Soon, Finn and Jake realize their colossal mistake.
We're kidnappers and murderers.
At last! So they sprint across Ooh to return the jiggler to its mother. Fortunately, they do the right thing in the end, but the damage is already done emotionally and legally. Finn and Jake's actions definitely cross the line here. We're talking kidnapping and child endangerment, a double whammy of trouble. Kidnapping can carry some serious consequences, up to 20 years in prison. And don't even get me started on child endangerment. Those charges can see Finn spending 10 years behind bars. Alright, we all know Finn and Jake are pros at getting into trouble, but do you know the time they went full-on ninja mode? Hey, remember that one? That was next level chaos. The Chamber of Frozen Blades episode starts with our boy spying on the Ice King's castle to see if he's up to his usual princess napping schemes. Over a Flambeau tip, of course.
You sure this tip is good, Flambeau?
The Ice King is scheming to nab a princess today.
Flambeau says it. You know it's gotta be the right info. I mean, you can just trust those fiery eyes, right?
It's the Ice King, all right. And he's looking awful pleased with himself.
If the Ice King's so happy, he must have stolen a princess when we weren't looking somehow.
We gotta save that princess.
So they break into the Ice King's castle. While snooping around, they find Ice King's diary. What does it say?
Today, I'm bringing home a special new cutie.
There's our proof, man. Let's use our ninja stealth and hide until he comes back with the princess.
Great plan, Finn. Let's hope things go as planned.
I want to draw something.
Hey, ninjas leave no trace.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. But what did they actually find?
What have we done?
Ah! A secret hidden room full of ninja stuff!
Oh, mama, looks like they hit the mother load. Naturally, they start rummaging through the Ice King's secret ninja room, discovering all kinds of cool stuff, and one of them is a first edition of the Ice Ninja Manual. Now armed with this ultimate guide to Ice Ninja moves, they begin battling each other like pro ninjas, and of course, causing complete chaos. As you can see, they left the Ice King's property in shambles, destroying precious belongings, wrecking his ninja room, and leaving behind a trail of pure chaos. Breaking and entering? Check. Destroying someone else's property? Double check.
You're not ninjas. You're just a couple of jerks.
Couldn't have said it better myself, Ice King. Finn's antics fall squarely under malicious mischief for causing deliberate property damage, easily exceeding $5,000. He'd be looking at up to 10 years in prison for their ninja room rampage. Finn may have mastered the ninja moves, but when it comes to respecting property, let's just say he's still a rookie. Alright, moving on, we have Finn's reckless action in the episode Jake Suit. It all starts when Finn decides to wear Jake as his very own mech suit.
Yep.
Yeah! Woo, woo, woo.
Man, it's been so long since I've worn the Jake suit.
And that's one way to get a lift. But Finn goes a bit too far, forcing Jake to endure all kinds of physical abuse, and he even lets Bimo attack him.
Bimo, throw your plate at me.
Okay. Yeah!
Yeah, Bimo, keep it coming.
Yeah!
Yeah, Bimo, unleash the beast!
Yeah!
Clearly, Finn isn't really thinking about how much pain Jake's in, and poor Jake can't catch a break. But just when you think Finn couldn't push it any further, he does.
Sam, time to flip off the treehouse! Ride him, cowboy! Whoa!
Using Jake, who, even though is a magical creature, is still an animal at the end of the day, as a mech suit, I don't know why I say mech, he's not robotic, as a suit and forcing him to endure pain for fun? Major violation. Under the law, Finn can face charges under laws akin to animal cruelty, with penalties ranging up to 10 years in jail. Finn may think it's all fun and games, but the law definitely does not share his sense of humor. Let's dive into impersonation and false imprisonment, because even in Ooh, playing cop isn't as easy as slapping on a badge. In Candy Street, Finn and Jake decide to channel their own inner detectives to solve the mystery.
Crime has been committed. We must find the criminal and retrieve whatever it is that was stolen from Lumpy Space Princess.
Stolen.
Their investigation kicks off with a classic search for clues, and soon enough they stumble upon something suspicious around Lumpy Space Princess.
What's that? I can't see it.
Oop, sorry.
A key. A key to what? Ah, looks like we've got our first lead.
Without missing a beat, they head straight towards the hotel, and their investigation ramps up as Finn, Jake, and Bimo meticulously comb through the area, determined to uncover each and every clue. For a moment, I almost believed they were taking this seriously.
Bimo, start marking evidence.
Still, somehow, our fake sleuths manage to piece together a puzzle that leads them to their next big lead, the local drugstore.
Ma'am, can you give us a name?
Nope. Pete Sassafras. He said he was catching a train at 1127 Candy Kingdom Station, Platform 5.
Finally, they zero in on their suspect, Pete Sassafras. Convinced they've cracked the case, they finally corner their suspect.
Are you Pete Sassafras?
What? I got a lot of names.
Give back what you stole from LSP.
Who? What's that, an acronym or something? You have the right to remain busted. I didn't do nothing.
But here's a twist for you. He's not their perp. Sure, they were playing detective, but their actions crossed the line into some serious criminal territory. Impersonating a public servant is no joke. It's a serious crime that could land Finn and Jake up to 10 years behind bars. But wait, our true detectives didn't stop there. They also wrongfully arrested someone on mere suspicion, which falls under false imprisonment. Add that to the tally, and they could be facing an extra year in jail. And you might be wondering, what was actually stolen from LSP in the first place? Well, it wasn't her wallet or jewels, it was her heart. Yeah, it turns out she had a massive crush on the pizza delivery guy. All right, it's official. Finn the human is not looking too good right now. With all the chaos he's caused so far, the kid's already 69 years behind bars. For someone who's supposed to be saving Ooh, he sure is racking up quite the rap sheet. But buckle up even more, guys, because it's about to get even worse for our boy. These next crimes, they're not just reckless, they're downright despicable. Finn and Ice King, a classic rivalry like Batman and Joker, and full of conflict and smackdowns, and let's be honest, most of Finn's punches are totally justified. After all, the Ice King's always up to no good. Take Prisoners of Love, for example.
Don't leave! I'll kill you all!
Why are you doing this?
Ice King well deserved that one. And let's not forget about the Ricardio the Heart Guy episode, where Finn steps in again to protect Princess Bubblegum from Ice King.
And now that I've saved the princess, she'll marry me and live in my dungeon every day.
No, I won't.
Yes, you will. Yeah! Oh!
But then there's When Wedding Bells Thaw. That's where Finn's heroism stumbles onto a serious what the heck dude moment. It all starts with the boys chilling at home, minding their own business, when knock knock, someone's at the door.
Who do you think it is?
Could be anybody.
Guess who it is, Finn?
I can't quite make it out. Ah! It's the Ice King!
The Ice King?
When Finn sees the Ice King, does he take a second to think, maybe I should hear him out? No! He instantly assumes the Ice King's up to his usual schemes, rightfully so, kinda. And before you know it, our boy's in full-on attack first, ask questions never mode.
Yeah, kick his butt, dude.
Eat my sword, Ice King!
This time, the Ice King actually fights back and nearly takes Finn down, but just as things start to really heat up, our silly Billy Ice King remembers why he came here in the first place.
I can kill you! Oh, I am so stupid. I came by to tell you the good news. I'm getting married to someone who wants to marry me. Hi, honey.
Hey, cool guy.
I didn't even have to kidnap this one.
I mean, seriously, you can smell something fishy afoot, right? Later in the episode, we find out that the princess was actually under the influence of the magic ring Ice King slipped onto her finger.
The Ice King cursed me! I would rather die than marry the Ice King!
And of course, Finn and Jake saved the day, like they always do. But let's rewind to the beginning. Finn attacked Ice King with zero proof of anything shady. And that, my friend, is straight up assault. Technically, legally speaking, we're looking at second-degree felony assault here. It's an unprovoked beatdown with physical violence. If Finn were in the real world, he could potentially be facing up to 20 years in prison. Sure, Ice King's sketchy, but Finn, even heroes have to play by the rules, dude. Young love. It's sweet, fiery, and occasionally explosive enough to almost get someone killed. This time, Finn is getting slapped across the face from Flame Princess, and just like that, sparks fly, igniting a major crush in our hero.
Don't ever mess with me again.
Who was that? Dude, I think I have a crush.
I thought I was a hopeless romantic. Jake, however, warns him that Flame Princess could be too dangerous, even calling her evil. But Finn, he's got a different take.
I peeped beyond her burning gaze. She ain't evil. She's passionate.
Look at him, love struck to the core. Jake's still concerned for his buddy's safety, though, and tries suggesting other safer princesses, like...
You sure you're not into any other princesses? What about Wildberry Princess? You could sleep on her like a pillow. Could be nice.
Sorry, Jake, but Finn's got tunnel vision here. He's all locked in on Flame Princess. Just take a look at what happens every time he sees her.
Oh, Jake, look at her. She's innocent.
Finn's relentless pursuit leads to some pretty awkward situations, and his approach is less romantic and more creepy. Annoyed and fed up, Flame Princess decides to embrace her fiery nature and declares that she'll turn the Goblin Kingdom into her lava-filled empire. Seeing the situation escalate, Jake tries to knock some sense into Finn.
What's more important, your love for that screwball dame, or being a hero and saving the lives of innocent goblin folk?
Being a hero.
In a desperate attempt to save the Goblin Kingdom, Finn and Jake go home to make fireproof suits. While searching for the materials, Jake stumbles upon Neptr. But wait, what is Neptr doing here? I'm sure Ice King would have been a better pick for Neptr than these guys. Poor Neptr doesn't even realize what's been going on for the last 15 months. Still, the good body is he quickly agrees to help Finn and Jake make their fireproof suits. So with their suits on, Finn and Jake and Neptr head out to stop Flame Princess. The suits work, shielding them from her fire attacks. But putting out the flames proves pretty tricky anyway. It causes Flame Princess pain every time they extinguish one of her flames. That's when Neptr steps in with a solution, his foam blaster, aiming directly at the source of the destruction.
Hold still, burning lady.
What?
Locked on.
No, Neptr!
Yes, creator.
Unfortunately, his efforts only make things worse. Realizing they're trying to extinguish her, Flame Princess goes into an even more dangerous rampage. With the situation completely out of control, Finn breaks down emotionally and starts crying. Who would have guessed that crying would become Finn's secret weapon?
Did I do something cool while I was knocked out?
I understand now.
Finn, you didn't save the day, you sobbed your way out of it, but you know what? Whatever. People need to learn to cry more. The episode ends bittersweetly with Flame Princess deciding to leave, believing that staying together would only lead to mutual harm. Now let's talk about Finn's choices here. While Finn's intentions may have been pure, his decision to involve Neptr in a plan that almost killed Flame Princess still makes him an accomplice to attempted murder. If convicted, Finn could face up to 20 years in prison. The dude might have saved the Goblin Kingdom, but his crybaby tactics won't save him from the law. Oh yes, the fiery chaos of young love strikes again. This time we're diving into Burning Low, where Finn tries to impress Flame Princess with a so-called architectural masterpiece, which is a pile of sticks. But hey, Flame Princess digs it, so who are we to judge?
I want to see inside. I love it.
Great!
Finn's efforts earn him a warm hug. Literally.
Okay, bro, you can hug now.
Bye.
Bye, Finn.
And as he and Jake head home, Jake drops some of his legendary wisdom about the tiers of dating. Just keep in mind, fellas, never ask Jake about tier 15.
What about tier 15?
You stay away from that. Do not do tier 15.
Sometimes I wonder what exactly Jake's been through. Back at home, they find Princess Bubblegum collecting taxes because she's a princess.
What are you doing here?
Collecting taxes. You guys weren't home, so I let myself in.
I didn't remember this as a kid, but yeah, seriously, a lot of strange stuff happens in Adventure Time. When Princess Bubblegum notices Finn acting all weird, she questions Jake, who eventually spills the beans about Finn's blossoming romance with Flame Princess.
Come on, you can tell me.
You gotta respect the man's P-biz.
You're right. I'll respect it.
Flame Princess, he's hanging out with Flame Princess.
And oh boy, Princess Bubblegum is not happy about this news. But for Finn, things are still at tier 1, so Jake suggests Finn write a poem to level up his tier game. So there's Finn just trying to write a little love poem for Flame Princess. But then here comes Princess Bubblegum. She warns Finn not to go after her.
Finn, sometimes you want someone and you want to kiss them, but you can't because responsibility demands sacrifice.
But Finn's brain is completely out of sync. He assumes Princess Bubblegum is jealous, which I mean, with hindsight, probably not. Thinking she's trying to sabotage his love life. He shouts, storming off like a teenager who's just discovered emotions. And he kinda is.
I was in love with you, okay? And you didn't love me back. Now I'm ready to move on, and it's like you're gonna build me up all over again. Well, I'm done.
But then the truth bomb drops. Bubblegum reveals the real reason behind her interference.
If Finn tries to kiss her, she'll burn so hot, she'll melt right through the planet's crust. She'll be thrown back and forth by gravity until she burns out the world from the inside.
Is anyone else terrified? Not just me. Okay, I'll go to therapy by myself. Without wasting any more time, Pee-Pee and Jake both go straight to stop this world-ending smooch, but too late.
No.
Flame Princess!
Without thinking twice, Finn jumps in the hole using Jake's hand. Thankfully, this makes Jake's body cover the hole so tightly, effectively sealing it.
Don't move. If you stay on the hole for 24.8 seconds, the reaction will be deprived of oxygen. She'll go out.
This quick action miraculously stops the chain reaction and saves Flame Princess Finn and the entire world from a total meltdown. However, Finn's actions qualify as negligent arson. While he may not have known the exact destructive reaction that would follow, he certainly knows how emotionally unstable Flame Princess is, and by triggering her, he puts lives and property at risk. If convicted, Finn can face up to 10 years in prison for that, plus an additional 10 years for criminal negligence in endangering Flame Princess in the entire land of Ooh. Honestly, Finn, maybe just stick to tier 1, safer for everyone involved. What if I told you Finn once made a mistake so huge it could have toppled the entire Candy Kingdom? Well, in Gumbaldia, his actions might have officially crossed into treason territory. With war brewing between the Candy Kingdom and Gumbaldia, both sides were locked, loaded, and deadly serious. But Finn, had a different opinion on the whole war thing.
I've got some important stuff to say. I don't think going to war with your uncle is a good idea.
But PB wasn't about to sit back and watch her evil uncle build an entire army. For her, war is the only way to protect her people. So he decided to take matters into his own hands, stepping in as the self-proclaimed diplomat, throwing Princess Bubblegum's orders straight out the window and meddling in an ongoing war. She explicitly told him diplomacy was off the table.
Finn, we all love how sweet you are. We just have to buckle down and do things the ugly way.
But did Finn listen? Let's be real. He never does. So Finn heads straight to Gumbaldia, where with the help of Auntie Lolly, he manages to secure a meeting with Gumbald.
You're Gum from the same sidewalk. Just look at this bomb secret laboratory over here. This is exactly the kind of thing PB would have.
You sure, Finn? You trust this woman? Finn tries to stop Gumbald, but Gumbald is just as committed to the war. He even lets Finn check out his latest creation, the cake. And on their way to inspect the weapon, an accident strikes.
Sorry, I'm worried if I turn my neck, my head might snap off.
After Finn saved his life, Gumbald shockingly changes his mind and agrees to sign a peace treaty. He even tells Finn to give Princess Bubblegum a big hug from him when he returns. Seems like a pretty suspicious celebration for a peace deal, if you ask me.
Don't look at me!
Now there's a guy who really cares about his hair.
Man, I almost thought that was something really serious.
Nah, Jake, it's just the way things work around here, right, Gumbald? Finn, in his infinite lack of wisdom, was convinced that a hug and peace treaty would solve everything. But here's the catch. Remember that bath Finn and Jake had with glitter juice? It wasn't glitter juice at all. It was Gumbald's dum-dum juice.
You've been doused with Gumbald's Dum-Dum solution.
Now, Dum-Dum Juice is no ordinary potion. When it comes into contact with candy people, it transforms them into mindless, childlike frickers. In short, it kind of lobotomizes you.
Coexist instead of cutting off people's heads and stuff.
Peps?
Had Finn delivered it, Princess Bubblegum would have been incapacitated, just like Peppermint Butler. And Gumball's forces could have taken over the Candy Kingdom overnight, all because Finn didn't follow PB's orders and tried to play the diplomatic hero. Luckily for Finn, though, Peppermint Butler's accidental blunder saved the day. But in the real world, treason is a very serious crime, often resulting in a maximum sentence of 15 years in prison. Finn might be a great adventurer, but his diplomatic skills still need a lot of work. Things take a wild turn in the episode Always BMO closing, when BMO, our adorable yet morally shady robot buddy, steals Finn's baby teeth. Why? To make a quick buck, of course. We see BMO and Ice King launch their latest hustle as door-to-door salesmen. Their not-so-legitimate enterprise leads them straight to Gumbald's house, and that's when the real chaos begins.
I have some wonderful new products. This bowl of lint. No, wait, this is the dust bunny. Did I mention that it contains Finn's teeth?
Please, let's go in the parlor where we can be more comfortable.
One thing is for sure, BMO knows how to work his way out of a jam when things get heated. And did you also notice how Gumbald's ears perk up the moment Finn's name gets mentioned? He's most certainly up to something. Now, both sides are locked in a little business negotiation.
I hope you accept silver. I can pay you immediately. Yes, my pretties.
Though BMO closed the deal and made quite the profit out of Finn's baby teeth, no one could have predicted the chaos that would eventually follow. Using Finn's baby teeth, Gumbald creates his latest horror, Baby Teeth Fins. These tiny creatures are nightmares, proving your past really can come back to bite you, literally.
Ice King, freeze these nightmare babies!
Just don't let them climb into your mouth! Hey there, bitey boys, get off of there. Ooh, where's your baby manners? Eek.
Finn and Jake have no choice but to arm themselves with sledgehammers, generously supplied by their helpful salesmen, BMO and Ice King, and what follows is this.
Gentlemen, could I interest you in a couple of sledgehammers?
I'll take one.
Me too.
Great decision. A little tip is all it takes.
These baby smashing hammers are great.
Now, some might argue self-defense here, but listen, Finn could have avoided the killing, man. Instead of retreating or trying another method, he decided to eliminate the threat entirely. This puts him in the hot seat for voluntary manslaughter under most laws, and he could face up to 15 years in prison. But Finn just didn't stop at one. From what we see in the clip, at least 3 baby teeth Finns met their doom by Finn's hand. This makes his overall sentence of up to 45 years in prison, if we're counting the baby teeth Finns as human. Ha! Adventure time, where even spending money turns into a chaotic disaster. Honestly, me too. In Furniture and Meat, Finn and Jake meet a mountain of gold they've accumulated over the years, and BMO and Nepture's Robin Hood-inspired antics go wrong.
Terrible! Whoa!
They soon realize they have way too much treasure and decide to spend it because once it's gone, they can go on new adventures to get more. This is where Neptune suggests a perfect place to spend all of it.
Behold this recent advertisement.
Check it out, Jake.
Dang, Wildberry Kingdom got all fancy.
So they march straight to Wildberry Kingdom, but the problem is that these two adventurers know how to hoard money. They don't know how to spend it. So their first move is dumping the entire treasure pile into the kingdom's fountain for absolutely no reason. When the guard objects, Finn and Jake resolve the issue by bribing him.
Goofing in a public fountain is punishable by a lashing. And you're trying to bribe me? Oh, that's what I'm talking about, fellas. Have a good time in the fountain.
And it wasn't the last time they bribed him. Here's the second time.
You can't buy me off twice, fellas. Maybe you can, fellas. Maybe you can.
And here's the third time.
Hey, you can't talk to me like that. All right, I'm going.
Guys, this is not called spending money. But things spiral even further out of control when Jake takes an almost villainous turn and bribes citizens to perform absurd tasks, like making them dance.
Hey, yo, Legs, you want a bag of money?
Sure. I'm a dancer by trade.
Show me.
Or breaking into a couple's house.
Mabel, do you hear something?
Good evening.
We're being robbed.
And telling them to eat money for more money.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
Guys, I'm super sorry about my friend. Here.
And if you thought that was bad, well, things are about to get even worse. Jake literally bursts into Wildberry Princess's castle and sits on her head. That was the final straw.
Money.
Furious, the princess orders their execution by drowning them in molten gold. Now that's a punishment way stricter than anything you'd find in the real world. Thankfully, Robin Hood BMO saves the day. But not before Finn and Jake are officially banned from the kingdom for life, right?
If you return to Wildberry Kingdom again, I'll have you double-dipped in gold! Unless I get a written apology.
Sometimes I can't even begin to understand how things work in the land of ooh. I think it was made it that way on purpose, honestly. But one thing I do know for sure, Finn broke a lot of laws. First, bribery. Based on what we've seen in the clips, they bribed the guard 3 times. That alone could land Finn up to 45 years in prison. Then there's breaking and entering a couple's house. That could result in a maximum of 20 years behind bars. And lastly, escaping custody. Add another year to their sentence for that. In total, for this, Finn could be looking at 66 years in prison. Everyone knows Finn is a huge fan of Billy. And if Billy asks for help, Finn will do anything, even if it costs billions or heck, trillions of lives. It all starts when Finn wakes up drenched in sweat after a nightmare that is way too vivid to brush off.
Dark times are coming.
Clearly, this is not your typical bad dream. Jake, always the expert, especially on dreams, calls it a premonition. After all, Jake knows everything about dreams, right?
You think?
Well, maybe not everything. But Finn agrees, and the two of them decide to visit Billy in the dead of night to make sure everything's okay.
Wake up!
What the heck are you guys doing in my crack? It's 3 o'clock in the morning.
When Finn shares the details of his dream, Billy's reaction? Utter shock.
And the snail killed you or something.
Was the cosmic owl there?
Without skipping a beat, Billy recruits them for a mission.
Are you ready to come with me on a mission to save all life from the Lich?
Yes.
There's no way Finn's turning this offer down. But seriously, does no one think this is a little sudden, Jake, not even you? By the way, the plan is simple. Gather all the magical gems from all the princesses and one king. Use them with the Enchiridion to open a portal and throw the Lich into it. Textbook heroic mission, right? So Finn and Jake stealthily collect gem after gem like pros. They even grab that star-looking thingy from Lumpy Space Princess's head, which doesn't even look like a gem.
Are you sure that's a gem?
So deep.
Gross.
Gross indeed. Finally, they hit Princess Bubblegum's place. PB's still awake, doing something weirdly artsy and creepy. Typical PB stuff. Finn and Jake bust in, grab PB's gem, and race to meet Billy as fast as possible. And that's when PB drops a bombshell.
Finn, stop! That's not Billy, it's the Lich!
Huh?
Realizing Billy is the Lich, Finn panics. Naturally, his genius solution is to try smashing the book. Unfortunately, that's exactly what the Lich wanted. The book activates and opens a portal. Without wasting a second, the Lich dives in, heading straight for Prismo's time room. Finn and Jake try to stop him, but it's no use. The Lich makes his wish, and just guess what the dude wishes for.
It depends on the wish I granted him.
Wish?
Yeah, he wished for the extinction of all life, and I did it.
What? Oh, glob!
And with that, all life is gone. Completely annihilated. Now, seriously. Well, that ended on a dark note. This has to be Finn's biggest mistake ever, right? The Lich's wish to extinguish all life could technically qualify as universal extinction, the total annihilation of every living being across the universe. Finn, as an accomplice, is directly responsible for unleashing this catastrophic event. Now, if we just assume that there were at least 1 trillion living beings living across the universe and each life lost due to Finn's actions could carry a minimum sentence of 30 years per life, which I'm doing right now. Wrap your head around this number. Finn would be spending 300 quadrillion years in prison. Yep, I cannot conceive how big a number that is. And when you stack it up against his previous crimes, which only added up to a measly 225, this one is on a whole nother level of insanity. At this point, even time itself might be too short for Finn to serve his sentence. But hey, if you think this is nuts, just click on this next video and hold on tight, because things are about to get even crazier.